79 AD, the day the sky collapsed. Mount Vesuvius buried Pompeii in a storm of ash and fire, and among the thousands entombed, archaeologists discovered two bodies, locked in a final embrace, pressed together against annihilation, their features gone, their names erased, yet their posture speaks. When the apocalypse unfolded in the sky, they chose love over breath. This scene crystallizes the doomed lover's archetype. They become eternal because they perish at the moment that love is the most intense, and death seals the feeling before life can dilute it. But what if every condemned love story is just a shadow cast by a higher love, one that mortals are forbidden to reach? The doomed couple exposes the paradox at the core of romance. Mortality is what makes love feel infinite, and there is a profound and equally strange connection to destruction itself. Why are we so captivated by doomed love? Love stories that survive millennia rarely end in weddings. They end in ruin. Psychology suggests a few reasons. Knowing it cannot last makes love feel more real. There's an intensity through the impermanence. Love can also be a kind of rebellion. Doomed lovers challenge fate, law, and death itself, a cosmic defiance humans seem to admire. And because of the tragic events that unfold, they never have to grow older, betray each other, fade, or disappoint. They become myth instead of memory. Doom is the price paid for immortality. But is there something deeper happening? The secret may be in plain sight. Take a closer look at the Lover's Tarot card. At its center, two figures stand unclothed, their vulnerability signaling radical honesty. Yet, this is no passive romance. It is the recognition of a sacred bond that holds the power to shape destinies. Above them hovers an angel, often interpreted as Raphael, guardian of healing in the air, the element of thought and communication. The two trees behind the figures deepen the symbolism, one flourishing with fruit, guarded by a serpent, and the other crowned with flame. These are echoes of Eden, the primordial moment where desire met consequence. The fruit tempts, the fire purifies. Thus the lovers become a crossroads, the path of easy pleasure or the path of transformative love. Every union forces a reckoning with choice, what you embrace and what you also exclude. Love in this card is a vow to turn toward one another despite the alluring chaos of the world. I think most would agree that we still misunderstand what real love is and should be. There are so many that are in search of someone to fill a void, to complete something in them. And in this, they confuse a potential mate with an archetype. This is something transcendent, an unreachable figure, meant for striving toward, but remaining elusive in many ways. And in desperation, a person can forge a sort of Faustian bargain to possess this mystery, to hold the divine, if only temporarily, because unfortunately the cost can be your immortal soul. The transaction is always dangerous and uneven. We barter freedom for a fragile fantasy that another human cannot possibly live up to, including ourselves. And like Faust, we realize the cost is suffering and possibly even damnation. But the human will can and will seek to defy even eternal destiny, to overthrow it, going as far as even entering the underworld to find their mate. enter the legend of Orpheus and Eurydice. Orpheus, the legendary musician whose songs could bend the wills of gods and beasts alike, found his world shattered when his beloved Eurydice died suddenly from a viper's bite. Refusing to accept death as their final verse, he descended into the underworld, his lyre in hand and grief burning like a torch. His music softened the hearts of the dead and even moved Hades and Persephone to pity, earning him a single chance to lead Eurydice back to the realm of the living. But the gods' mercy came with a condition. Orpheus must not look back at her until they both stood beneath the sun once more. Doubt, however, is the great saboteur of love. As they neared the threshold, uncertainty consumed him. Was she still there? Was he walking alone? In a tragic heartbeat, he turned only to watch Eurydice fade like mist into the darkness, leaving Orpheus with the eternal weight of a love almost reclaimed. The tragedy comes not from an enemy, but an internal fracture. Love falters not because death is strong, but because humans are weak. But what hope is there? What can be learned from all of this? Some of the answers may be found in theology, and in it, doomed lovers often appear as a dark mirror of divine union. Human love seeks oneness. Human mortality equates to an inevitable separation. Therefore, lovers chasing transcendence often fall into tragedy. But theologically, a perfect union belongs only to the holy realm. We are told that we will be able to access it in the next life, but we must have patience and wait until that time. In Christian symbolism, the church is the bride that seeks the bridegroom, who is Christ, a symbol of coming divine union. Earthly romance is a fragment of that cosmic marriage, a mere shadow of it. When humans try to make it eternal here, tragedy intervenes. Doomed love is a yearning for heaven acted out on dying flesh. This may be the reason some ancient myths framed doomed romance as a trespass, like stealing fire from Olympus or storming the gates of the underworld, defying kings and gods. The heart is a furnace. An imperfect love holds destruction as its favorite ending. It's often depicted in movies and songs as hell itself, metaphors about burning in its flames. Some may say that we are in love with this chaotic unwinding, this disorder, and even death. Click here for my video on the Freudian death drive. Thanks for hanging out. Please hit like, subscribe, and share this. For more on myths, symbols, and the great mystery, check out some of my other work here. Talk to you all very, very soon.